Father, start with my town. Let your light rise again. Save my town, Lord, save my street. Let your mercy move these feet. Every home, every sound, your spirit turning hearts around.
Save my region, heal our pain, wash this land with holy rain. Break the towers built on greed, raise up hearts the people need.
When the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But when the corrupt lead, the people groan.
Father, we choose rejoicing.
Oh, Father, put the righteous in power. Let your light fall this hour. From the valley to the top, we declare your reign of power. Father, put the righteous in power. Let your light fall this hour. From the valley to the top, please declare your reign of power. Father, put the righteous in power. Let your glory flood this hour.
From the valley to the tower, we declare your reign of power.
From the
valleys to the skyline, we rise again. Hand in hand, we build this land, women and men. For our daughters, for our sons, for our home and pride. Let peace be our armor, and hope be our guide.
Security brings the courage to dream. Accountability keeps our nation clean. Local hearts, local hands, we grow strong. Training the future, we all belong.
Advance South Africa,
Advance.
Together we stand, together we dance.
We dance.
We're one tribe,
One chance.
for prosperity and unity. Advance.
Advance. Advance South Africa. Advance.
Hope in our hearts, courage in our stance.
Advance.
From Cape to Limpopo, from Karoo to the sand, we'll build what we desire.
Advance.
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 Every mother safe, every sister free, every daughter's dream protected by we. When our homes are strong, investors come near, a nation in harmony. There's nothing to fear. We are the
Salt of this land, SALT.
we are the
Salt of this land, SALT.
security,
Salt of this land,
accountability,
salt of this land,
locality,
salt of this land.
training. We rise together, every color, every creed, for a nation that gives, not a nation of need. Advance South Africa, see me song, it's our dance. For prosperity and unity, our chance. For prosperity and unity, our chance.
South Africa,
See me song, it's our dance. For prosperity and unity, our chance. For prosperity and unity, our chance. Whoa.
How's it?
Andrew,
Hello.
hello, Uncle.
Hello, Roy. Hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
I think Lady
Ek het nou net gewag vir
J.
die
Hello, Joy.
Hello.
No, look, Daddy.
So how you doing, Lady J? And why are you excited about SA?
Sorry,
How are you doing?
please come
and why are
again.
you- How are you doing? How are you doing? And why are you so excited about the Southern African advance?
I am very well, thank you, especially because I am the member of this Southern African Advance. And I'm excited about it because it is the ultimate future.
I like that. The ultimate future. Maybe we must
Yeah.
ask everybody that. Roy, why are you excited? I mean, it's Monday today. Anybody who's excited about anything on a Monday should probably be put in prison, but we've got something to be excited about.
Of course. It's the only future. It's the only way to go. all the others have been tried and tested and failed. Nobody has anything new except tar.
I was watching. Okay, well, before I do that, Hanku, what's your excuse?
Yeah, I'll give a longer short version of that. Of course, it's just to paint the pictures, the drawings they gave us now, because it will give us a safe environment where our people are safe, everyone. This is, of course, now because we're in power, we've got the municipal funding of this, the structure and the system that provides for us a safe environment, a safe community where our people and our properties are safe, and our businesses and investors are safe to. It's safe to invest here, and where people take responsibility and people can be held accountable for actions and intention, and then we've got a governmental organization taking responsibility for and stewardship of their local economy, helping local businesses and promoting local circular economy, which feeds back to the people and the residents of this area. And then, of course, also a municipally guided and funded training program for school leavers, training those who can't go or afford tertiary education, which will provide, of course, then putting them in paid internships, already circulating back that funds to the local economy, as well as while we are empowering them with knowledge and skills. That's why I'm so excited.
That is a nice comprehensive excuse for being excited on a Monday. I'll accept it. Yeah, today I was watching a discussion on Biz News, and they were talking about the foot and mouth disease situation, and turned out they had the budget to sort it out and a plan and everything already 2021, and that 500 million rand, and nobody knows where the 500 million rand went.
Lekker.
So that's why we need the SALT framework. I mean, everybody will know where every cent went, and whether those people end up in jail or cooking in a tire or whatever it is the public want to do with them. They'll know exactly who stole what and why. I mean, that's livestock, so that's dairy. I mean, they're estimating more than 10,000 jobs are going to be lost with this foot and mouth. Plus, the corruption and stuff. If you know Tonga Hewlett Sugar,
Yeah.
they've just gone bankrupt.
Yeah, belly up.
Yeah, and it's again, maladministration. There's this young African guy who was explaining BEE. He said BEE hasn't helped black people at all. All it's done is create black billionaires, and it's made white people richer. So, like I look at all this stuff and then I think you can launch any initiative, whether it's BE, whatever it is, with the SALT framework, because if the people are supposed to get the money, and the people are supposed to spend the money, and the stuff that's supposed to be done with the money gets done with the money, then we won't have these problems. It's as simple as that. And I don't know if you guys watched Davy Rood. It's like very cool.
Mm.
He's an economist, South Africa's leading economist, and he's got a very positive outlook on the future of South Africa. But he was talking about quite a few things this morning. But the one thing that he was talking about that I really enjoyed is he said, so the ANC is like 100 years old. It's the oldest political party in Africa, and he said when something is that old, it doesn't evolve, it doesn't change, because it holds on to the values for which it was created. But once it's achieved the goals for which it's created, then it's no longer necessary if it doesn't evolve. So then it starts to eat itself and destroy anything that it touches. It becomes that. And then I thought, well, it's not just the ANC, it's any political party that isn't evolving, that doesn't embrace these new technologies, and doesn't at the forefront understand that there is no higher priority than security for a national budget, and doesn't understand that there is no higher priority than public transparency, then you're going to be cooked, because then all you're going to have in power is thieves and the old guard, and they call them the old boys club. Like in America, Donald Trump has created such hell for the old boys clubs over there. I mean, that guy's destabilized the planet. Whatever comes next is going to be new. Whether you like him or not, he's like this disruptive, destabilizing force that was necessary. And we need the same thing here in South Africa, this disruptive, destabilizing force that necessitates or facilitates the ushering in of a new way of doing things. And that's why I'm personally excited about the Southern African Advance, because I really believe that what we've got here, in its simplicity, solves 99% of the country's problems.
Yeah.
You leave it up to the politicians to fight about what you're going to spend the money on, but then you just make sure that the money gets spent on it. Because most of those dudes in power, unless they're weird communists, but most of them in power, and even the communists and socialists, they're going to have good social programs, or semi-good, in the very least. Now you make sure the money gets spent on it and good things happen, So if all of that is automated, everybody sees where every cent goes in every single municipality across Southern Africa, like the whole of SADC, embraces this, and next thing you know, stuff actually works, because the money gets. I mean, someone says, "Hey, there's potholes in Pofadder." Money gets given. There's never a case where money doesn't get given for the potholes in Pofadder. It's just that the money just never gets to the potholes in Pofadder.
Exactly.
It goes to the pockets of Peter, Petrus, and Peter.
Exactly.
And also when taxpayers can see that there's actually something being done, then the attitude with which they pay their taxes will be so much better, and the moral overall will be just higher.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Lady J, when you talk to these friends of yours who are super duper loyal still to ANC and whatever else, whatever, do they fight with you about this concept, or do they like the concept of the SALT framework? Or are they so political?
Only the ones that are benefiting.
Oh.
Only the ones that are benefiting from what's actually happening now get angry about it, because they are benefiting. But the other ones who are really tired of the corruption, I mean, they are really buying into this idea.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to get
going
this
to
into
solve
every home.
our problems. You know, sorry.
Sorry, go for it. You're lagging a little bit, so but yeah, go for it. Go for it. Sounded like you finished. Please
Oh,
continue.
sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so we cannot always be complaining about the same thing over and over and over and over again. Our parents, our forefathers fought whichever way they had to fight for the ANC to be in power, and it was in power, and it solved those issues at that time. Now we are in the new era. We can't continue way. We will continue to have the same problems, continue to have the same complaints until we end up sounding like we are the crazy ones now, because you can't continue to complain about the same thing and you don't come up with a solution. So there's a whole lot of them that understands that salt is the solution to our problems. We actually have collective issues, like we share the same issues, we share the same problems, and salt is the only answer, nothing else. Coming up with a new system with new policies like this will really help us a lot. So if we don't vote salt into power, then we are failing our upcoming generations. We are failing our daughters. We are failing our sons.
On the votey thingy, we're gonna have to have TSAA SALT so people don't get confused.
Yeah.
On the voting thing.
Yeah.
I mean, on the ballot paper.
Yeah, on the ballot paper, it's gonna have to.
On the voting
thingy. This is Micaiah, and he's on fire. Yeah, I mean, hello, Micaiah. I see you, Micaiah, and I see you on fire.
Hi, everyone.
Two white coats.
Hello, Bakaya.
He's injecting cows today or something for foot and mouth.
You look like a veterinary surgeon, Bakaya.
Maybe I am.
Maybe you are, yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Nice.
Are you at Hancock's?
Yeah, at Henry's.
Okay, sorry, at Henry's. I mean.
Oh, he's
Okay.
in his lab.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. So now, Micaiah, we're just talking about how exciting it's going to be for a place like Pofadder. You know, because that I'm telling you my theory. It doesn't really it matters who's in power, but when they pass a budget and they say, okay, you can have an integrated development plan budget for that town over there. Now they give you, they see, okay, what you wanted here is all the potholes fixed. Now they always give you the money for all the potholes, right? Like, there you go. There's all the money for the potholes. But the problem right now, so the problem isn't that the money's not being sent for the potholes. So even if, two dogs and a cat are in charge of the country, the money's being sent. But the problem is it doesn't get to the potholes. So that's where the SALT framework will be awesome. Now, all the money will go where it's supposed to go. The community can see. And if somebody tries to send it somewhere else, then you're going to end up in jail, in a tire, in a ditch.
Correct, yeah.
Boere will fetch you, or the township will fetch. Someone's going to come and fetch you if you stole that pothole money. I don't know. So what excites you about that, Micaiah, or about anything in general?
Well, it excites me. Actually, can you hear me first?
Perfect.
Loud and clear.
Okay. So, firstly, what excites me is just the idea of knowing that I'll be able to hold accountable the people who are put in charge of money with having facts. It really makes me feel giddy in my heart. And what makes me even more happier is I won't even have to hold them accountable because the system will be doing its own thing, And the other thing is it makes me happy to think just the possibility of more youth involvement because, I'm all for youth. And I know that once the what do you call it? Once the system is on play, this kind of system, more youth would want to get involved in handling our municipalities and so on. Because currently, we will fully rely on the people who have had experience in corporate and all that and all that and all that. But the thing is, they use the municipalities their retirement plan, and it just excites me to think that each and everyone would be involved in the decision making of their municipality, would be involved in how the money is run. Because currently we would be lying to ourselves if we say we are. It's utter lying, We say no, we are involved, we do make decisions, but we know that the ones who make the decisions are the ones who are green in the pocket, and that's just in general what makes me excited. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Roy?
It would be hard for you guys to imagine, but I actually read other political parties' manifestos and they what do you call it? Grondwet, Hanko.
Ja, dis 'n goeie vraag.
Okay, I'll get to it.
Isn't it a bylaw?
No, the foundation of any political party is in this document, Micaiah, the one that you wrote.
The Constitution.
Ja, the
Constitution. Yeah, I read other parties' constitutions, and besides for the one party is for socialism and the other party is for capitalism, and the one party is for privatization and the other party is for nationalization. They're all the same. They all follow exactly the same trend, and there's nothing radical like SALT in any of them. There's no solution. It's the same story for the last 50, 60, 70 years that they're following. There's nothing new there. There's nothing as simple and as well thought through as SALT that is so ingenious that it solves the problem right at grassroots level. And I'm amazed that every political party that is in this town of ours that is heard of SALT doesn't jump on that bandwagon and support it 110%. In fact, I am flabbergasted to see the reaction of the people in Paris after the news of the end of Ngwathe municipality's top structure. Everybody is docile. They are inactive. They're not, now is the time that we need to do things. Now is the time that we need to cultivate the land so that we can sow the SALT seeds for the future. Now is the time to take this down, and I don't think it is rocket science to run a municipality the size of Ngwathe. It's just discipline, and it's good policies, and you chip at it away day after day. You make sure that the maintenance is done. You make sure that the workers go out and do their jobs, and with a transparency system like ours, the public can see exactly what needs to be done and what's going to be done and what has been done, and they can police it and check it themselves. It's so simple and so effective. I'm excited about this. I must tell you, and I can see that this concept is going to spread very quickly to neighboring towns and neighboring municipalities once they see the success that comes out of Ngwathe. It's just a question of time. The people must just listen and learn and realize for themselves that this is actually so fantastic. It's so wonderful. Draw your cross next to TSAA and we'll implement it. There you go. Bob's your uncle.
Uncle, you got any relatives that are also uncles?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the way of people is slow to change. Ultimately, if we tell the story to enough people and get people to listen to us, the only option is to adopt this or suffer like we gotten used to, like we got used to. And that we don't want to do.
Yeah, no, I think it's enough suffering now.
Yeah, please.
Mm.
Time for prosperity.
Yes. No, nice. Okay, well, I think that was a good one. I'm a big fan of a lacquer chat. So I think we'll play out with the video and maybe a licky, and then we'll see everybody tomorrow. We're just waiting for like a social media person to join the team who can run these live streams. For now, we'll just do it on my personal profile. Pages need a lot of stuff before you can go live on them these days, and you have to go live directly into groups. But maybe we must just go live straight into TikTok. I just need to so TikTok also many hoops you got to jump through before you can go live there. And our problem is that I've got too many social media thingies that I'm doing already. I have to try and see if Tino or someone who really knows TikTok well can get all the hoops jumped through. Yeah, you can't just go live. You have to go live 3 times on your phone, and then you've got to go. So it's 3 times for 20 minutes a day or something, and then you've got to go live from your PC, I think, 3 times 20 minutes a day, and then you've got to, I don't know, there's many hoops.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm already not sleeping with this thing I'm building. But we'll figure it out. And then we'll start reaching more and more people. But it's like, I think those who listen from time to time are enjoying what they're hearing, and we're also getting used to fleshing out, what we get to say and how we get to speak and what the vision is and why Makai is awesome, which we fleshed out a long time ago already. But it was good to have a reminder that we have an awesome team. Nice. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your lunchtime.
Okay. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Bless you, man. Yeah, fatum fluffy. Hey, I gotta search for this thing. Town. I always type in town and then the playback book for a perfect town. How to fix a broken town. Let's go.
How do you actually fix a broken town? And I'm not talking about small tweaks here and there, but a complete radical overhaul. Today, we're going to dive into a pretty bold blueprint that proposes to do exactly that.
It's a massive question, right? And it's really at the heart of what we're looking at today. We're going to explore a very specific plan that was designed for one town that's grappling with this exact problem.
Okay, so let's get into it. The place we're talking about is the Ngwathe municipality in South Africa. And to really get why the proposed solution is so ambitious, you first have to understand just how deep the crisis there runs.
When you look at this timeline, you start to see a pretty clear pattern. This isn't just a one-off mistake, it's a long history of serious financial trouble. You've got millions in wasteful spending, and these qualified audit opinions year after year, which is basically a huge red flag from auditors saying the books are not okay. Then you pile on serious fraud charges involving top officials. Well, you've got the perfect recipe for a total collapse in public trust. And look, this isn't just about spreadsheets and accounting. All that mismanagement has a very real human cost. We're talking about an unemployment rate around 30% and a staggering 60% of households living in poverty. Those are devastating numbers. Then you add rising crime into the mix, and you've got a community that is just under enormous pressure. So, with all of that as the backdrop, a new plan was proposed. It's called the SALT framework, and it's this really ambitious attempt to fix all of these problems, not just one by one, but all at the same time. So, where does this plan come from? It's the brainchild of a municipal political party called the Southern African Advance, or TSAA for short. This is their vision for how you could systematically rebuild a place like Ngwathe, literally from the ground up. The whole thing is built around this acronym, SALT. It stands for safety, accountability, local economy, and training and transformation. And the core idea here is that you can't just fix one thing. They argue that all these pieces are interconnected, and they have to work together to create a real cycle of recovery. So here's a quick look at the game plan for each pillar. It kicks off with a massive focus on safety, then moves to what they call total financial transparency. Then it's about boosting the local economy, and finally, investing in the town's youth. Let's dig into that first one. The white paper makes one thing absolutely clear. Safety is the foundation. It's not negotiable. They argue that without it, nothing else can happen. No investment, no growth, and definitely no trust. And this quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's such an uncompromising benchmark. The goal isn't just to lower crime, it's to create an environment where everyone feels completely and totally safe. So how in the world do they plan to do that? Well, it's an aggressive strategy. A huge chunk of the budget, 40%, would go straight to safety. That money would fund everything from trained local reservists to high-tech gear like drones and advanced lighting, and even an app for real-time incident reporting. And critically, they want each neighborhood to help design its own security plan. Okay, on to the second pillar. This one goes right after that history of financial chaos we saw earlier. And, their proposed solution here is just as radical as their safety plan. This is the promise, right here. Total transparency. No more waiting for some confusing audit report a year later. The idea is to make the town's finances a completely open book that any citizen can look at anytime they want. And the key tool to make this happen is a public transparency app. I mean, just imagine this. You pull out your phone and you can see every single dollar of tax money coming in and every single contract being paid out. You could see exactly who got the money and what it was for. It's designed to be a tamper-proof public ledger open to absolutely everyone. You wouldn't even need a login. So what's the big idea here? It's really about shifting the power. By making every single transaction visible, the plan aims to make corruption almost impossible. It's about turning every citizen into a watchdog and rebuilding that broken trust through just radical openness. All right, so once you have that foundation of safety and accountability, the framework then pivots to kickstarting the economy, and it focuses on two key areas: where the money is spent and who gets a chance to work. The third pillar is all about the local economy. The plan mandates that a whopping 80% of all the money the city spends on everything from fixing roads to buying pens has to go to businesses located right there in town. The goal is simple: make sure public money stays in the community to support local jobs instead of just leaving. And the fourth pillar, training, sets this incredibly ambitious target. They want to create 5,000 paid internships every single year. The idea is to give every single young person leaving school a direct path into the workforce, helping them build real skills and tackling that huge youth unemployment problem head on. So you can see how these last two pillars are really designed to feed each other. You force the city to buy local, which creates demand for local businesses. And at the same time, the internship program makes sure those businesses have a steady supply of skilled young talent ready to go. So what's the ultimate end game here? What does all this add up to? Well, the white paper argues that these four pillars don't just solve separate problems, they're actually designed to create a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. This is really the core theory of the entire framework. It's a kind of domino effect. They believe that when a town is safe and you can trust its finances, it suddenly becomes a really attractive place for new businesses to invest and for people to move to.
And that new investment just fuels the local economy even more, creating what they call a prosperity cycle. And this slide, wow, it really just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On one side, you have the reality of Ngwathe today, crime, murky finances, a struggling economy. And on the other, you have the future envisioned by the SALT framework. The difference is just night and day. It paints a picture of a total transformation. And that vision has a name, Prosperity in Unity. This isn't just some nice-sounding slogan either. The plan actually puts a number on it. They claim this framework could unlock over 1 billion rand in new economic value for the town in just 5 years. Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that big question we started with. Is this a blueprint that any struggling town could just pick up and use? Or is this a unique vision, one that's really tied to a specific place, a specific time, and the specific beliefs of the people who created it? That's the thought I'll leave you with.